Well, I believe that laughter is good for the soul, and so does my next guest. Actor and comedian Marlon Wayans will be coming to town this weekend, performing at the Tacoma Comedy Club, and I got to chat with him before his visit. So tell us about the comedy show coming to Tacoma. What can we expect?
The unexpected. Sometimes I don't know what I'm going to do. You can expect to laugh. I know you're going to do that. And you're going to expect to, I always say the joke's on me. So I don't really do a lot of crowd work and mess with the crowd. I like to give a show, keep moving.
When you're making fun of yourself, you know that the only person you can offend is yourself. So that's best, right?
Yeah, and I can take a joke.
I mean, right? I hear you. So I have to say, speaking of jokes, I love recently you taped a comedy special in Harlem, Marlon Wayans, Good Grief. And this one's real close to my heart. I've lost both my parents too. I've lost a lot of people.
Gang.
Yeah. And it's hard, especially when you're like, I'm an adult, but I'm an orphan. Yes. But grief is something people are afraid to talk about, especially when you have grief. They don't know how to react to you. So I'm so grateful that you decided to talk about it in a comedy format.
Yeah, I think it's important to laugh, especially if you lost your parents. You understand the need to laugh and laugh your way through it. And it's funny when you talk to somebody else that's in the gang and they lost their parents, you understand each other. It's like a whole different kind of hug and respect because, know, the training wheels are off. And now life really begins. My parents is like Yoda and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Use the force. My mom's like, use a condom, Luke. I always have them in my head, in my heart.
Yeah.
And grief, there's 5 stages of it. And you have to go through every one honestly and purely. And I have a 6th stage, which is somewhere in the middle, which is learning to laugh at it. When you learn to laugh again and you pour into the things that your parents taught you that are important, like families and your values, then you start living their purpose. You never miss them less. It just hurts less over time.
It's so funny because it hurts. I mean, sometimes you get those sharp pains that come out of nowhere and slap you on the head.
Girl, I was in an interview the other day and he asked me a question about my parents. I was like, well, the thing is, oh my God. You don't know where it comes from.
Damn, you almost made me cry.
No, but we live. It's okay to cry. It's funny. I became a much better dramatic actor since my parents passed.
Yeah.
I feel like everything that happens, you have to use it as some kind of gift. You got to do something with your pain.
Yeah.
It used to be, I had a very happy life. So I didn't have to, it was kind of hard for me to manufacture pain when it was time to cry and scenes. Yeah. And now I just open that little safe and it comes out. And then the director and the rest of everybody got to help put it back in.
Yeah.
But I'm glad because I also feel like I got wings. I got my mother, I got my father, and I got God. And these are my best years.
Let's talk about your latest film. This is a psychological horror film.
Yeah.
It's called Him. I'm not obviously an actor. I'm not good at trying to draw from both those places, but how do you switch into that?
It's a skill set that I acquired over 52 years of life. And I've logged 10,000 hours in 5 or 6 different disciplines in my art. And so for me, it's second nature. I just do it. I don't know. And I love, if you look at my career, I've done everything. I've done crazy, silly physical comedies like White Chicks. And then I did Requiem for a Dream. Crazy. To go from that.
Yeah, that's.
And then my stage, on Good Grief, I'm telling all these crazy jokes, talking about my parents' private part. And then I'm at the minute 57, I break down on stage and I cry. And then I rescue myself from the tears with more jokes. That's just the artist that God and my journey created. So I'm just, I don't know, just me.
I loved talking to him. And to be clear, that interview went for like 20 minutes. So thanks to my producers for making it something that we could all enjoy in this time. And I really appreciate his honesty when it comes to grief and loss. By the way, Marlon will be performing at the Tacoma Comedy Club this Friday, August 23rd through Sunday. And of course, you can catch his special Good Grief on Amazon Prime.